Hey there everybody, this is Omega Belmont, and of course I got an awesome video guys for you guys today. Today is, of course, this month is becoming the end of the year, so I decided to actually do a top 10 list of my favorite games of 2015. Just a disclaimer though, I haven't beaten all these games yet. I'm currently playing through them, or I was playing through them. Fortunately, when I got a new hard drive, I messed up and I deleted all my data, and they're all gone now. So, you know, my 80 hours of Metal Gear, or actually 100 hours of Metal Gear Solid 5, Fallout, and all that, those are all gone. They're not in my cloud, unfortunately. I don't know why they're not in my cloud, but that sucks. But that's just a quick disclaimer, so just in case, you know, if I talk about it, I can only talk about how far I got into the game and what I feel about it. So, but anyways, like I said, this is my top 10 games of 2015, so hopefully you guys enjoy. At the number 10 spot is Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires. Yes, I know it's a Dynasty Warriors game. I have a sense that it's always in my top 10 because I'm a big fan of Dynasty Warriors. And Dynasty Warriors 8 actually is a little bit different from Dynasty Warriors, just period. This time you're talking about, you know, a little bit of strategy. You know, the coolest part to me was really, I like the fact that you can take over different parts of the land. You know, you're not just you know, going out there as somebody's pawn, which you can be. You can also be a mercenary or a wanderer if you wanted to, kind of just do your own thing. But you can also be a ruler of a certain part of the land, and then of course take over the rest. And that to me was the coolest part, and that's the reason why I actually really enjoy this game. This is actually my first Empires game, and it probably will not be one of my last. At 9 is Dragon Ball Xenoverse. The Dragon Ball games are a little bit, you know, kind of stale at this moment because they kind of retell you, you know, the same storyline as we've seen, you know, Saiyan Saga, Frieza Saga, Cell Saga, Android Saga, and things, blah 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 blah. But this time around, yes, it's a little bit of the same too, because you play through a little bit of the battles that you've seen, you know, fight against Cell, fight against Frieza. The difference is now you are your own character. You get to make your own character. You get to create them, deck them out, whatever you want them to be. You could be a Saiyan, you could be a human, you could be Frieza, you could be a Frieza race, I guess, a Boo race, and Namekian, and you know, that to me is the coolest part. And of course, it's a little bit like an MMO, which of course you get a level up, you get to add stats and things like that. And of course, you get your own storyline. It's different from the Dragon Ball Z series. So now you're playing your own guy. At 8 is Batman Arkham Knight, and it's pretty low, I guess you could say high, I guess low on my list. It had problems, but other than that, I still had a lot of fun with it. I like the fact that you get to traverse a bigger Gotham City, I guess, if you want to say that's what it is. You get to traverse it, you get a, you know, a faster bat suit, so you can glide a little bit faster, and you get the cool Batmobile, which people actually really hate. I really enjoyed playing with the Batmobile. Yeah, there's a few missions that I really hated, mostly towards the end, but other than that, you know, I like playing Batman. It's one of my favorite games of this year. I like the battle system. I mean, not the battle system, but the fighting itself hasn't changed much. At the same time, of course, it shouldn't be changed. You know, it's been good so far, and they shouldn't change it. You should probably just add a little bit more onto it, but it's still kind of the same. The game still looks really pretty, a really pretty looking game, and the fact that it kind of wraps up the Arkham series, to me, has to be on this list. At number 7 is Yu Senkai: The World Conquest. This game actually snuck up on me. I mean, I remember reading about it. I'm like, oh, maybe I should get it, and then I totally forgot about it, and then I finally bought it. So I got about a week or two late into the game, but this game is a little bit weird. It's a strategy, visual-based novel game. I don't even think you want to say strategy. It's just you place your characters on the board, and that's pretty much it. And then you attack, and then whoever wins, you got this rock paper scissors kind of format. So this troop causes more damage to this troop, and so on and so on. But this really snuck up on me. Just the fact that, like I said, it's a visual novel. I don't play visual novels. I'm not a big fan of it. I like a little bit more action in my game. But the coolest part about this game is I really like the fact that you can collect all these characters. I mean, the coolest, like I said, is being able to collect these characters like Oda Nobunaga, Kamehameha, Billy the Kid, Columbus, and then you go around just taking over land or countries and things like that. And the weirdest part to me about this game is that all the characters are all women, but to me that's weird, but whatever. At the same time, I had fun just playing the game, collecting characters, and then right now I think I'm sitting at about 40 or 50 characters that I have to play with, and to me I love that. It's kind of like how Suikoden 2 was. I just enjoy collecting characters and using different characters to see which one I like or not. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is at number 6 on my list. The game to me is a fantastic game, fantastic looking, and the lore to me is pretty much almost one of the best lores in video games. So the reason why it's kind of in the middle is because I think there's a few other games that I really enjoy a little bit more. This game to me, I like the battle system of the game. I like how the combat feels when you're playing the game. I like how you also have to kind of prepare yourself for a boss fight. You can't just go in there and hack it out and hopefully win and just mash the button and then you come up top. No, you actually have to kind of put a little bit of strategy into the game, do all things like that. The game is huge. One thing I kind of hated about the game is the fact that some of the places in the maps can be a little bit weird, because you go from one part of the map to being at your level, and then somehow you get to a part of the map that the other enemies are super high leveled. But at the same time, it also makes the world feel alive, so I can't really say too much bad things about that part. The only thing I can see, the reason why it didn't make it to the top, probably because I never finished it. It's a big game, but you know what? It's still a fantastic looking game. Still has a fantastic lore to it, and of course, a cool combat to boot. At number 5 is Dying Light. What can I say about it? It's probably how Dead Island should have been. I was a big fan of Dying Light. Going in there, being able to parkour yourself around, climb buildings, slide under zombies, slide under things. It, to me, is pretty cool. I don't like the fact that your weapons could break. I think that's they could break. They could wear and tear, and then you have to refix it or to repair it. But other than that, to me, the game is still a fantastic game. It keeps you on the edge pretty much 100% of the time. I mean, mostly when nighttime comes and you got to get to your safe house, or else you're in some big trouble. So it's a scary game. That's where Dead Island, it kind of creeps you out, but the zombies are a little bit slow. The zombies in here are fast. They give you some problems, mostly if they kind of corner you. I like the weapons. Parkour to me is freaking awesome. That's all I did in the game. I just parkoured all the way around the game. Had fun with that. Mostly in co-op. I was able to play with my brother, my cousin, my buddy, and we just played 4-player co-op, and we just had fun just playing the game. To me, that is a fantastic game, which is Dying Light. At number 4 is Xenoblade Chronicles X for the Wii U. This is actually the reason why I bought the Wii U. So this to me is a system seller. But sitting up at number 4 because you know what? I had problems with this game. The battle system's pretty decent. It's kind of similar to Xenoblade Chronicles, of more of an MMO type of gameplay where you have cooldowns and things like that. The world is humongous, just like The Witcher 3. You know, you get into some parts that can be a little bit weird because you know, these low level guys, and then you reach a really high level area, and then you know it goes from level 10 to level 50. But it kind of, to me, it's a little bit worse than Witcher 3 because like I said, you're in level 9 and then it goes to level 20, and then in that level 9 area you could have level 50 and can just, you know, pound the living hoots out of you. And that's the thing I hate about the game. There are some technical problems, but to me the game is still fantastic because you get your cool little scales. I love the scales. I literally played the game to get the scales, and I put like 50-60 hours into the game just to get scales. I racked up money to get scales and materials and things like that to, you know, deck them out. But to me, the game's still pretty fun. The world is huge. It's a very big game for, you know, it being on the Wii U, and like I said, I just had fun with it. Other than the little you know, technical aspect of the game, it's still a really good RPG game. It probably is one of my favorite RPG games of 2015. Number 3 is Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. Big boss all over this. I am a big fan of this game. I put 100 hours into this game and I only got up to Act 6. For real, this game to me is an addicting game. Mostly when you can, you know, boost up your base. I just went around kidnapping people. The gameplay is freaking fantastic. Yes, the storyline's a little bit, you know, off. A lot of people were telling me that, yeah, the storyline is not really a Metal Gear Solid you know, storyline, but it looks like it's true too. Which nothing really in the game so far that I got to really captured, you know, me. But what got me the most is actually the gameplay. Just all that little stuff you can do in there really boosts it up. I didn't really even play that much of the Metal Gear Online. I just played like 1 or 2 matches and that's it. And I just went back to single player mode and started kidnapping people. That's all I really did in that game. I had fun doing that. I don't even know why it should be up in this, you know, my list so high, but I just had fun playing. I just like going around you know, Africa, you know, collecting little collectibles and just taking people out, and of course kidnapping them. That's all I can say. But to me, I said gameplay is top notch gameplay. I loved it to death. Of course, in this game, Big Boss is a beast. And of course, the beginning of the game it's pretty hectic. I like the beginning of the game. It's a little bit long, but that's what you can tell from a Metal Gear Solid game. It's going to be long. Cutscenes are going to be long, and you're going to have fun just looking at it. And of course, again, gameplay is top notch. Alright, so we're at number 2, which is Fallout 4. Yes, Fallout 4 is my number 2 game. I love it to death. Even before my hard drive crashed or my game saves all disappeared. I love the game to death. I played it for many of hours. I would have probably played even more. I did finish the main storyline, but I kind of wanted to do all the missions. But anyways, I love the game. Just the fact that you get your own power suit. It's not just an armor anymore. It's actually a power suit. It's awesome. And of course, the fact that it's an open world game, you know, some of the stuff that my cousin has done, I never done. Some of the stuff I've done, he's never done. That to me is probably the coolest aspect of the game. And the gunplay is a little bit better than Fallout 3. But you know, the impact isn't as big as Fallout 3, maybe because the fact that that's actually my first Fallout gameplay, the game I played, which is Fallout 3. The impact isn't as big as that, but at the same time, I still had fun playing through the game. The Wasteland is still so much fun to play through. Some of the places some of the characters that you meet are pretty cool, and then of course you get companions now, which they help you in, you know, your missions and side quests and things like that. I love doing all this. I I like just going out there collecting all the companions you can get, and then of course using them also. And of course the weapons. The weapons are, to me, is the biggest draw to this game. Being able to customize your weapon to whatever how you like, but you can do things to make it stronger, or you could add scopes to it. You could get it to become more steady. You could get it to hit more, but has more recoil. And just things like that. Pretty much is freaking awesome. You can build your own place. Of course, I don't mess with that too much, building anything, because I suck at it, but I tried my best at it, but I still had fun doing it no matter what. Even though I struggled building a house, I had fun doing it. And then of course building other things and having all your settlers kind of walk around and trade between each other. To me, this game is huge. I'm still playing through it and still finding new things. To me, that's what Fallout is. A never-ending game that you always tend to find something you want to do, and it just keeps going. At number 1 is Yakuza 5. What? How can I say Yakuza 5 is the number 1 game? I loved this game. I haven't even finished it yet, and I've clocked in so many hours, like 20-30 hours into the game. I love the other Yakuza games. Of course, I only started at Yakuza 3. I played 4, Dead Souls, and then of course 5 here. And I'm a big fan of this game. I love the story to it. It's very movie-like, which is freaking awesome. Kiryu is a beast. That's all I can say. He is a beast to play. And the battle, I like it. I like the battle, how you fight in the game. It's very, raw, very ferocious. You're snapping people in half. Okay, you don't snap people in half, but you smash their heads in, and it's freaking awesome. And what can I say? It's an open world. I want to say open world. It's a little bit of both, I guess. You have like different cities you can go to. You can do things in the city like play in the arcade machines. You can go to the hostess bars. You can play. You can go to the batting range. You can go bowl. You can go gamble. You can do all of that. To me, that is friggin' fun. Plus the fact that you can also level up. It's literally an RPG game. You go around, get to random battles inside of the city, fighting random Yakuzas, random gangs, and things like that. To me, I had fun playing this game. I love the characters. I just finished Kiryu's, only Kiryu's missions, and you know what? I had to call this my game of the year, because even in that arc, to me, is still a very big part of the. I really just enjoyed it. I mean, to me, what can I say? I love the game. It's a little bit different from the others, Yakuza games. Just the fact that it has a little bit more weight when you're walking around town. That to me is cool. And one thing that I really enjoyed about this game that you probably don't know about me, I really like the I guess, the Wagon style of racing you do with your taxi. The taxi stuff is weird. I can't drive that. I tend to want to go fast, and I don't signal and things like that. I do that in real life, but I signal, I go slow, or I go speed limit. But in Yakuza 5, I can't do that, because I'm just like, you gotta get to this destination, crazy taxi style. I just want to get there as quickly as possible. So I fail out of that stuff. But when it comes to the Wagon stuff, to me, that's probably the coolest part of the game, is to go and actually go out and race with your taxi, and you can put, you can give it a bigger, more stronger engine, change the tires, change decals on your car. To me, that is the most fun part of the game. Alright, so hopefully you guys enjoyed my top 10 games of 2015. Hopefully some of them are games that you already played and you have enjoyed. Like I said, I loved all these games on my list, from 1 to 10. Doesn't matter. Literally all these games could be placed at any of those for me. But as the list goes, you need a 10, a 9, an 8, and blah blah blah. So, but like I said, I really enjoyed all these games. Fortunately, Yakuza is I wouldn't say it's not unfortunately, but it is my favorite game of 2015. I just love that game so much. If you heard from what I've talked about already in the video, so I won't go into details with that. But there are some games that didn't make it to the list, like One Piece. I really enjoyed One Piece. What was the other? There are some other games that I really enjoyed too, mostly on the Vita and on the DS. So, but those didn't come in because, you know what? For me, these games were a lot better than those games I played. And of course, there's some games that aren't on my list because I haven't played them yet. So maybe in 2016 I'll get around to it. But those won't be in 2016 because, you know what? Those games are just meant for 2016. But like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys, you know, have a great holidays, Christmas, whatever you guys do over the weekend. Do it, have fun, and be safe as usual. You know, we all have to be safe over the weekend. So drive safe. If you're traveling and you're doing anything like that, just be safe. If you're staying home, cook something for yourself, something good. So, but like I said, have a great holidays, Christmas, whatever, and I'll see you everybody in the next year. Peace out.